Jesus performed many miracles while he was here on earth serving in ministry. One famous miracle we read about is when Jesus feeds over 5,000 people with a small lunch. Jesus and his 12 disciples were teaching the large crowds, and it became time for lunch. Peter and some other disciples suggested to just send the people home to let them get their own food. But Jesus replied in Mark chapter 6, verse 37 to 44. But Jesus said, "You feed them." "With what?" they asked. "We'd have to work for months to earn enough money to buy food for all these people." "How much bread do you have?" he asked. "Go and find out." They came back and reported, "We have 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish." Then Jesus told the disciples to have the people sit down in groups on the green grass. So they sat down in groups of 50 or 100. Jesus took the 5 loaves and 2 fish, looked up to heaven, and blessed them. Then, breaking the loaves into pieces, he kept giving the bread to the disciples so they could distribute it to the people. He also divided the fish for everyone to share. They all ate as much as they wanted, and afterwards, the disciples picked up 12 baskets of leftover bread and fish. A total of 5,000 men and their families were fed. Interestingly, the culture here only accounts for men. So we know that there were also women and children in attendance. This brings the crowd to roughly 10 to 15,000 people, and still everyone ate and was satisfied by this small lunch of 5 loaves of bread and 2 small fish. In the other Gospels, we read that this was a lunch given up by a young boy to feed the large crowd. Now, through this miracle, Jesus gives us a glimpse into his deity, but also teaches us something about generosity. You may not think you have a lot to offer, but when you are generous with even the small resources God has given you, Jesus can perform a miracle.